What is up, everybody? It is Monday night. It's 7 o'clock, and you know what time it is. I got an audience full of people. It's
a
Fishing with
studio
Stony Stone.
full of people.
It's a safety meeting. You know, we always do a safety meeting.
And I'm Darren with Team Sift,
Thank
his
you. There you go. I always
trusty co-host here.
He is. Darren got to learn to speak up because I'll just railroad him and keep talking.
He
But I
will.
got
He
Richard
will.
as a guest in today. So I got Richard. I got Anthony, my fishing buddy, in as a guest today. We got all kinds of people coming in. So,
Yes.
man, we are going to be talking catfishing. We got the bash that we just finished. We're going to talk a little bit about that.
Yep.
We're going to talk about the championship. We got all the top 10 teams. We are going to do the live draw
Okay.
for the next 5 teams. And
wild
here's what's
card.
going to happen with that, the wild card. We're actually going to draw 10 teams.
Yep.
And here's why. Because we're going to send invitations out this week to 5 teams. If they decline, we'll go to team 6 and so on and so forth until I have 5 teams.
Right. So the first 5 will get the first chances.
First dibs to pay the money and get into the championship. I think the championship, if I remember correctly, is $2,400 payout. Winner take all is what it's being told at as of now. We'll see how that changes. But, you know, Jake likes to change things up. And it's not because he's trying to be wishy-washy. It's because we're trying to listen to everybody's needs and wants. And sometimes you got to be a little flexible. So this year was a great learning year for the Bash. Huge success. And we were going to take a lot of things we learned this year, apply to next year, and try to have some stability. I love my word, stability, in making sure everybody knows what's going on at the beginning of the year and just roll that out and look forward to it. So let's dive into it.
Let's do it.
The Bash. First order of business is I think somebody called us out, or I called them out. Or
You called me
I
out.
called Darren out and said we are going to kick their butt during Mendocino. And so what happened?
I got to pay you $5.
You gotta pay me $5. Where's my $5? Come on.
Right here.
Oh shit. What the hell? Oh, God damn it.
There you go.
Down here. He's gonna be one.
That doesn't look like
I don't like $5. But it's all right.
You count it. You count it. Some on the ground out here too.
This shit's falling everywhere.
It might be.
So
Wow.
we've had this rivalry all year of back and forth. And one of the things was that
funny.
the rivalry was that we would keep putting pictures on the wall. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
didn't get time to print this really yet, but here's the new picture on the wall. We won Big Fish this tournament as well as Blind Bogey.
Yeah.
This is gonna go
But
up on
wait,
the wall.
hold on. We got to say this part. They didn't place.
We didn't place. We came in 4th. We were
You
about.
did. You were real close.
It was like less than a pound. It was like
Yeah.
0.9 or something.
Yeah.
Ounces from being in 3rd place. I think Sippy Cup bumped us out.
You were a lot closer than I was.
I was a lot closer to you. We finished higher than
for
you.
sure.
Me too. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But it was a great time, man. Mendocino is a tough lake.
Yes, it is.
Before we get into some standings on, people that follow already know, but we're going to go over some of the standings of who's who. But before we do that, let's just talk to our guest, Richard.
Hey,
What do you think? What do you think? Tell us about Mendocino and how you did, or
Mendocino is a tough lake, and I didn't do a lot of pre-fishing. The first tournament we went out there, we pre-fished and didn't do anything. And the second time, we had a little bit of information on where and what we were going to do. I kind of settled on a location. Now, the problem is from the time I was there the last time and this time, the water was down 20 feet. So the place
Or
I
more.
wanted to go wasn't available. So I had to make a little change there. But I stuck with the game plan, and we got 2 fish. Got one early and one late, but I didn't get on them early, and it's just it's a tough place to fish if you're just not really patient and really know how to target those fish. Some guys, they figured it out.
Yep,
We just
they
weren't
did.
one of them.
well, and that's the thing that you guys that have been doing this tournament thing. We're coming up. We just finished the 5th tournament of the year,
Yeah.
and we got a lot of great anglers. We got a lot of great teams that fish, and when it gets into game mode, I think the biggest challenge that a lot of teams have, and Anthony and I have the same challenge at times, is you get in your own head.
Yeah.
You have a plan,
Yeah.
you get there, things aren't going quite right, and then you start second guessing, you start making changes, and then it's kind of like this panic sets in.
Yeah.
And, it's like you can beat yourself,
Absolutely.
right?
Yeah.
So you got everything
Yeah.
done, you're a great fisherman, and you look at all the fish you post of going out there having fun, and you got big fish and lots of fish, you get in the tournament, and you can put one in the boat.
One.
Just
Yeah.
You
one.
know, and
Everything's
you
learning.
beat yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everything's learning.
And
And we were talking about earlier how sometimes you get in an area that's producing fish, they're just not the right quality, and then you just that tug or that takedown it just lures you in
Yeah.
to stay there when you're not. When they say you don't leave fish to find fish, well,
sometimes,
You gotta leave fish to find bigger
leave a 12
fish.
to get an 18. That's just
Yep.
what you got to do. But in
Sorry, I'm
that
gonna move my
particular
bank
lake,
around.
it's just hard. That's a tough lake. And congratulations to all the guys who did catch fish. The 6 fish limit did pan out. Guys did get limits. Some didn't, and we only got 2. But I didn't think people were going to get 6. I didn't.
I didn't think we were gonna get
based
6.
On how tough it was last time, but it worked out. So
Mhm.
congratulations to all of those teams who qualified.
And it just shows the commitment, right? There's a lot of teams that made the commitment that said, "Hey, we're going to go fish this series, and we're
Yeah.
going to, win, lose or draw. We're going to show up. We're going to put in the work."
Yeah.
And that's why you've got the teams that have finished where they did.
Yeah.
There were some people that came in this year that we never saw before.
Yeah.
First
They
time
did.
doing it. They did it once. They did it
Yeah.
twice. May or not had a good time. Maybe things didn't line up with them. But we had a lot of people come, a lot of people go, and we got the core of people that stayed with it through the whole
Yeah.
time.
Mhm.
And so this is a cool tournament in my mind, not just because I'm involved in it, but
Right.
it's cool because it gives you a taste of what tournament fishing is like.
Yeah.
Which is, again, I've said this before in the podcast, this is a great training ground for
Absolutely.
what Richard's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Richard, everybody knows he's doing the Channel Cat Classic. It's
Yeah.
going to be a 2-day pro style tournament. He's got a lot of great ambition, a lot of great plans that are unfolding. Registration is open.
Registration is open.
Yeah.
And the website.
Oh, the
launched
website.
today.
Yeah.
www.channelcatclassic.com. That's where you can register and you can get you some cool merch.
Oh, merch
Yeah.
is there.
Yeah, so get to the website and check it out. There's a little bio. There's a whole bunch of good stuff on there. So check it out.
Yeah, so it's a great training ground to get you ready for the pro style type tournament.
Yeah.
And it's just a lot of fun, right? Do you win every time? Do you get, it doesn't happen. And this is kind of cool. When I'm looking at the standings, they're sitting here right in front of me. I got the whole area where everybody placed, how they all finished.
What was it? What's the number of teams we had throughout the year? What?
So something like 36, 37 teams.
bad.
Some teams did all the tournaments, some did 4 or 3. I mean, it's all over the board.
Yeah.
We had a lot of teams that only did one. I think there's just glancing at it and eyeballing it. There's probably about 6 teams that did one tournament and that was it.
Hey.
And it could have been that they did it, they didn't like it. Doesn't
Yeah.
mean it was bad, good, whatever. We had a lot of growing pains this year.
Oh, yeah.
We've been making a lot of adjustments, and it's all for the good. We've
Yeah.
taken people's feedback. We try to give a good show for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And the one thing about the bash that I can say, it's the only catfish series in Northern California.
It is.
Yeah.
It
So
is.
that's got to say something. And we've got people coming and joining, and it gets a little bit bigger. And because it is 5 tournaments, with the championship being 6, is that a lot of people can't make that commitment. Whether it's a time commitment, whether it's a financial commitment, it's a commitment. Whether you're doing, and I've again said it before, whether you're car racing or doing whatever, barbecue competitions,
Yeah.
all those things, it's a commitment.
Absolutely.
And there's a lot of teams like ourselves. Anthony and I are committed. Darren's committed. Richard, we're committed. So we're gonna pay to play. We're gonna get there and have a good time and see where it goes. And why do we do it? Because it's fun.
It's fun.
Right?
It
It's
is,
that
right.
healthy competition is not meant for drama. It's not meant for that. It's like, look, we're gonna have a great time. When it comes to the water, though, it's like
Yeah.
no. People will lie to each other and make shit up about whether they're catching fish or not catching
Yeah.
fish.
That's
And
weird.
Yes, it's some screwed up shit. They say there's no buddy fishing, which I get. We don't do buddy fishing, but people talk and they're like, "Hey man, how you doing? You doing good?" It's not like they're trying to get information. They're just trying to say what's going on. But when people lie to you about what's going on, and then you find out later that they got a bunch of fish and like, "Oh, we're not catching anything," you're like, This is called
yeah.
Deadliest Catch.
Yeah.
Or this is called Catfish Wars.
Right.
This is
Yeah.
where Catfish Wars
Yeah.
come in.
Yeah,
Who had a bunch of
business on the
fish?
fly.
I don't know. It wasn't me. No.
It sure wasn't me.
Well, when I got to the on this one, when we got to the weigh, it was like, oh, so and so had a 12. Somebody had a 12-pounder.
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Someone was lying. There was no 12-pounder.
Come on.
I think
Yeah.
we weighed in what 6 fish and had 16.44 pounds with 6 fish. That's like one catfish at Clear Lake.
Hey,
a small one at that.
That 7-pounder looked like, I was like, where'd that come from? Because that was a healthy fish, and they had a couple of them in there that were, that were pretty good.
What gets me is we weighed in 3 fish for 4.99 pounds.
You had the tadpoles. You had the big tadpoles.
What was funny is I think Anthony and I have the smallest big fish win of the season.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, 4
Yes.
pounds.
4 pounds.
44.44.
4.44. Yep.
The smallest big
That's
fish, and we won.
crazy.
And then the sad part is, let's just be honest, we didn't win big fish.
Right.
We won big fish because the person who actually won big
Caught the
fish,
biggest fish.
they didn't pay to play big fish.
You won the award.
We
for
won
big
the
fish.
award.
You just didn't catch the biggest fish.
Exactly. So
Exactly.
we got the
Yeah.
money because somebody
pay.
made a mistake. Now,
Yeah.
this is tournament fishing, right? So you got to think of this. This is the thing about tournament
All in.
fishing. It's up, it's down. It's I look at the standings, and I'm a data guy, and I'll go look. And if somebody's interested in seeing the complete standings, I'll send you a link to the file. You can analyze it, check it out, view it. But there's a lot of things that come up during the season about cheating, right? Everybody's concerned about cheating,
Yeah.
and the thing that I notice that when I look at just the overall big picture, there are some teams that consistently end up at the top. But as you start to dive into things, you start to realize who are the serious teams, who's putting in the work, who's working hard, right? Who's overthinking this, right?
Yeah.
You would think with as many locals that are on the lake, right?
Yeah.
Why are they not always at the top? They're not. One time they might be, another time they might not be. But that's fishing. So I honestly think we have a great group of people that are working together in a common interest. And I don't believe anybody's cheating. That's what I believe. Now, it's one of those things is I'm going to believe that until somebody proves me differently with evidence, right? There's a lot of talk. A lot of people are talking about so-and-so is cheating or how can they always be in this position. But you know what? Until I see proof, I give everybody the benefit of the doubt.
Well, you haven't had multiple event winners.
No,
have you?
it's
No.
been up and
Not
down
one.
the
So
whole
then,
time.
when people cheat, cheating is greed is a byproduct of cheating.
Yes.
And greed doesn't allow you to come in second place if you're cheating. It just doesn't.
No.
Right.
If you're going to cheat all the way to the top. So if people are cheating, they're stupid.
So
Right? If
so
you're
let's
not cheating to win first place, what are you doing?
Right.
So yeah, I don't think they're cheating either. There are some teams out there who just know how to freaking fish, and I'll call it as it is. Team Syndicate with Rick and Judith, they fish. They fish
They're
for every
fishaholics.
species of every kind. They went to Mendocino Lake one time
Mm-hmm.
and put their experience to work and caught fish in
Yeah.
that tough lake.
Yeah.
So
and this is where
hats off.
And this is
That's
where
exactly what my wife
experience
said.
is. It's just
My wife
what
said
it
they've
is.
got way more catfishing experience than we do.
They just
And that's
know
why
what
they
they're
did
doing.
well.
but no, I mean that's exactly right, Richard.
Yeah.
But this is interesting, right? So you take that and you
Right.
put it in a series of 5 teams.
Yeah.
Let's go through the numbers real quick. Let's
Okay.
look at the top 10 teams that qualified, right?
Yeah.
And let's kind of not pick on them, but let's just kind of analyze a little bit and have a discussion about what we think. So,
And these are our personal opinions, nothing
yeah.
professional.
So,
just-
if I go into the catfish standings for 2025, the total weight, the biggest weight for all year was 164 pounds of fish caught in 5 tournaments, right? And that was 2 birds. 2 birds put it in. But let's go look at each individual tournament and where they finished.
Okay.
So in February, they finished 9th place.
Mm-hmm.
They barely made top 10.
Yeah.
Let's go into April. They're in 5th place. They took a first place win in June, another 9th place, right? And then they go into October, which was the last tournament, and they're in 3rd place. So you look at the numbers of where they finished place-wise, but then how did they win this tournament? They had the most weight. They were catching big fish, right?
Yeah.
And so it's not that they dominated every tournament. They had some tournaments they were in 9th. So then we go to Alley Cats. Alley Cats is a new team. They just started this year. I
Right.
don't think they fished last year. They're new to the catfish scene.
Right.
They finished the season with 165 pounds. Again, they end up in fourth place, third place, kind of middle of the pack. August, they came in 11th, and then they win first place. So again, they're not dominating.
No.
They ended up almost like in the end, all
Well,
the way to the beginning.
So the August one is going to be the anomaly because that's the
That was
that's
a
the
wild
heat
card
stroke
of
one.
let's throw the heat stroke
Yeah.
out
Yeah.
and see who's going to be men, who's going to be boys,
right. So
and
the
who's going
fish
to.
weights are going to be low because if you missed the, I guarantee most of those fish that were caught in the bigger weights were in the morning, right? When guys were guys, when
Absolutely.
they were really out there. So once again, it's some of it is location and timing, right? When they're getting on those big fish and their spots pan out. I say catching fish is not luck. The size of the fish is always luck.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just.
Well,
but
you got to
gotta be
remember
where
too.
big fish are. If you know where they congregate, whatever, or your consistent bag of larger fish are in that area, that's where you're gonna go, right?
Well, we also got to remember that August was a noon blast off.
Right. So here's
Yeah.
So we've got
saying,
some.
it's
We
hot.
had some variables in there
The
too.
But
weights
this
were
is why-
significantly down.
But this is
Right.
why. So hindsight, right? There was some accidental wins in this season.
I absolutely
right?
agree. There's
So we
that
did
flash
some
in the pan.
changes
Cinderella.
that we had to do for the venue and make some adjustments to make everything work. So one of the things was hot August nights. We did it the year before. We still did the midday, but that's kind of a twist we throw. The reason I love hot August nights is it's a miserable time if the heat's up.
Only the strong survive.
All right, and you're fishing at noon to noon to 8.
Yeah.
So you missed most of the biting time. Now, this
Now it's-
levels the playing field because now you have to be an angler. You have to know how to
Exactly.
bring those fish in. Is anybody that goes to Clear Lake knows you can catch fish early in the morning, you can catch fish late in the day, but to go out there in the heat of the day, middle of the day,
Find
the
them,
worst time.
absolutely.
So yeah, I love it because it levels the playing field. Mendocino is the same thing. Weights are low. You're gonna have to work for those fish. It isn't go, let's go run through 30 fish and pick the biggest ones. It's like, I hope I even catch fish. So I like the fact the way that we changed it up throughout the year to make it a competition, not just let's go out there and everybody get paid.
Yeah.
So-
now for me, and here's my opinion on people say, oh no, I don't want to go to Mendocino. Oh no, I don't want to fish in the afternoon. If Jake ran the same schedule, and I haven't deeply looked into the 2026 schedule yet, but if it's the same, I'm still fishing.
Yeah.
Because it's just a competition.
I'll
you
say
know?
I'm not going to fish it because I hate
Yeah.
that lake, but I'd be there.
So we're already
Anyway,
set.
you
So,
know,
the,
eventually I'm going to get 3 fish. Eventually.
so 2026
Take me
is
6 tries, but
2026 is locked for Clear Lake, so we're going to be at Clear Lake
The whole time,
The whole
yeah.
time. Now, the wild card part is the twist that's going to come up is hot August nights is still going to happen.
okay.
Now, it's just a matter of do we do something different with hot August nights because it's so hot? Do we do something? And this is just I'm not
Nights.
saying
like it.
I'm not
I
saying
like
this
it.
is
I'm
what's
hearing it.
going.
I like
I'm
it.
just saying that well maybe we go from 6 in the evening till 6 in the morning.
Absolutely.
I like
It's
that.
just a suggestion. So if that's something you're interested in, I would say everybody knows I'm not the tournament director. I run a podcast. I'm a team that fishes.
Yeah.
I'm just the administrative
Bitch.
But if that's something that people want, Jake and I will meet, we'll talk about it, and so there's an opportunity
I've
to do a
been-
night tournament. Now, is that going to be the August one? It may or may not be, but I know Jake has some challenges with the venue that we got to work around. So there's going to be some twists this year, is all I'll say. There's going to be a couple tournaments that are not just the normal, sunlight to 4 o'clock. There's going to be
Right.
some twists. So.
I've been telling my wife, I said, honestly, I think the next lake record is going to be caught at night.
By me.
I don't know about that.
What, I'm going to do another call out?
I'll do that call out.
I've had some great success at night there.
Yeah.
My boat is made for night fishing. Anyway,
Yeah.
So.
Dude,
And
you
then,
see
you
my
know-
boat? It's like a Christmas tree. It lights up.
It's lit, but mine's enclosed, so I know mosquitoes.
is-
Well,
get me.
I can enclose mine too, though. I can enclose mine. I like that.
Yeah.
And I haven't heard a lot of stories from any of the guys that are on the tournament trail here of doing a lot of night fishing
Yeah.
or
Yeah, a lot of them don't.
or
Just the derby.
dragging at night.
It works.
Like I said, I've had some really good success. I was actually dragging at night by myself at one time.
Yeah.
Because I would just look at my navigation and I would just go on my little, and where it
right.
stopped is where I would go back and turn around and come back. Yeah. So
No, so
I
I'm looking
honestly
forward to
think-
that. I'm looking forward to that change up. So you guys watching or following the bash, definitely. So
Yeah.
let's continue. Kevin Williams.
The chat is also about overnight too.
Yep.
Who?
So
The chat.
yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Kevin Williams runs a guide service out there. Hooked on Kevin's guide service. Great guy. If you guys are looking to get a guide trip, he's definitely one of many out there. But let's look at Kevin. Kevin, finished, kind of middle of the pack most of the time. Just like everybody else. You've got a sixth place, a second place, a seventh. August. A lot of the teams failed in August. And down at 13th, and then fifth, and he ends up with 143 pounds, 56 ounces.
Yeah.
Brian. I always mess this up. I always pause. I gotta think.
Padilla.
Padilla. But this
real Mexican.
I know my Mexican
Like
wants
a
to.
real
I look at
Mexican.
this and I'm like, I see those
Two L's
L's.
is the Y.
I know, but I see the L's and I'm like, it's got to be Padilla.
Just like tortilla.
I know, tortilla.
Jesus.
So I gotta pause. But anyway, these guys come all the way from Fresno.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Long
Cool,
ways.
really cool guys.
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
Great
Don't
guys.
fuck up their name.
right.
Shout out to Brian for already signing up for the Channel Cat Classic too.
Oh yeah. So they got 63 pounds in February in third place. And then they came in eighth. June, 10th, then 6th, and then they didn't fish or this one no fish. So they go to Mendo and they didn't catch.
Yeah.
So that tanked them, but they still finished way at the top and got an invitation and 140 pounds.
Yeah.
Then you got Old Farts Fishing. Me and Anthony, we ended up in February. We sucked. 21. Uh-oh.
Okay, good. I did the air horn on the.
He's all good. So Old Farts Fishing, we're
You
in
got to be able to hear that.
21st place in February. We were at the bottom. We're like, holy crap, this is going to be a screwed up year.
That
And
was a
Aaron,
long drive back home.
oh, that was a long one.
Yeah.
Aaron's all, hey, let's have a competition. No, I was
It was a
kidding.
quiet,
Uh-huh.
long drive.
It was a long
Long,
21st
quiet
place.
drive.
Then we have some redemption. We come back at 6th. June, we're in 4th. August, we're in middle of the pack at 10th. And then we climb up to the top to 4th place and end up with 136.09 pounds. So we had a little bit of redemption. Now, here's the interesting thing. This is when everybody talks about Sippy Cup. Sippy Cup, Sippy Cup, Sippy Cup, right? Whatever you want to think about Sippy Cup, these guys, they put in the work. They're there all the time. But how did they fall below Old Farts Fishing? I'm thinking, my brain is going, there's got to be a calculation error in here. These guys should be way at the top. We scrubbed
August
these
was
numbers.
August was a struggle day for them
Yes.
because
Yes.
they lost a good fish.
Yeah. So they ended up in 10th place in February.
Yeah.
Then they didn't enter April, which hurt them. I know they had
Yeah.
something else going on, but that no entry hurt them.
Yeah.
June, they're in 19th spot. So now they're trying to come back. They're like, these guys are always in the top 10.
Yeah.
And they're
Wasn't,
barely making 10.
Wasn't June a noon start as well?
Yes.
I thought it was.
Yeah.
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 June was a not 12.
They end up at
That's right.
19th. Then they, in August, hot August 9th, they end up in 5th place. And then they pull a second place win at Mendocino and ended up with 133 pounds.
Yeah.
And,
Fishing.
but they're putting in the work.
Yeah.
So without going through all the teams, I don't want to drag this on all night, but the point is that by doing a series, it levels the field.
You're going to just stop at 7.
Well, and if you look
Oh,
at that.
sorry.
And also, if you look at that, and I think they were on the outside looking in before Mendocino.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They weren't
And
going
I
to
think
enter.
That's one of the reasons why they decided to enter, because they were looking outside and
They didn't want to get bumped down.
That was the only.
When you step in and then you show out like that, that's just a testament to them.
their
They
commitment
put
to
themselves,
fishing.
Yeah, exactly.
Competitiveness too.
Right.
Right. They
Right.
were like, and I know it was Judith.
We're going to go.
We are going.
Yeah,
We're here.
yeah.
We're going to fish. We got to get inside that top 5.
And honestly, that's the only
Top
reason I
10.
went to Mendo is because I'm like,
Yeah.
we've got to catch something because
Yeah.
we've got to
Gotta
stay in
stay
that
up.
top 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Them
You
little
know.
pound, 1, 2, 3 pounds make
Yeah.
a freaking difference.
Yep.
So I sent out the invitation to Judah this morning. She paid in like 10 minutes. Boom, they were in for the
Yeah.
championship. They're ready to go. They're competitors.
They don't play. They
Right.
lock themselves in. And
All right, I got to keep going on this list because apparently I stopped too soon.
Yeah. yeah.
Team Sift, Darren's team, pretty new to the tournament scene.
Yeah,
They
first
started
full
late
year.
the year before. I think they did one tournament.
We did one tournament at the end of the year last year.
Yep, and then you
Or
fished
the
this whole
year before,
thing.
yeah.
So that was awesome. You new to the team. Came in 11th place in February. They had a no-show in April. Now remember, April was another Mindo Lake.
Yeah.
Right. So they did no. They actually he had a back
June.
issue.
Yeah.
I'm all making fun of him in the back issue, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh shit, that's coming back to bite me. I'm in his shoes.
Yep.
So I get
No
it.
joke.
It sucked. Sucks. It does suck. June they came in 11th place. August in 7th, and October they're in 8th. So Darren and I had this competition
middle.
back and
Right in
forth
the
all
middle.
year, and it's been a back and forth.
Yeah.
Neither one of us has dominated, but now we're going to the championship. Anthony, are we going to be above them in the championship?
I believe so. Yes.
You hope so, because then it'd be even. You'd have 3 wins. We'd have 3 wins.
But who won the championship?
That's what I'm saying. The championship.
Exactly.
If you guys
Championship's
win,
on.
if you win the championship over us, if you come above us
Yeah.
in weight, that'll give you 3 wins for the year, and we'd have 3 wins.
Right, but we're not just
But if
going to be
I
above
win-
you. We want to be 3-3, but we want to win. So we're going to not only beat you, but we're going to win the championship.
Okay.
Well, okay, you can think
Clean
that.
slip.
You
Clean
know,
slip.
you can think that all you want. That's one of the great things God gave us:
What?
the ability to dream.
Wow. The digs are going deep.
Going for the juggler.
Jugular.
Well, we only have a couple more teams to get the top 10, just so we know. So Real Addiction came in. Ken is part of that team, but now Ken was not the captain for the year. It was Matt Sieper. So even though Ken's moving on his way to Idaho, sold his boat. He's gone.
Yep.
He can't even talk. On his way to Idaho.
Idaho.
Sold his boat.
Yep.
They're going to be running some other boat, but they came in 8th. No entry for Mendo. They came in 14th, then 8th, and then no entry again. And they still made the top 10, even though they missed 2 tournaments.
Wow.
At 126.85 pounds. Tule Creek Outfit and Josh LeBoy did great. They were in all the tournaments until Mendo, and then they declined their invite. Now, that's because either they have a conflict, something's going on, but they had something going on, but they did not accept the invite, which then opened the door up for... no, they didn't open the door yet. You saw Dave Mayo. Dave Mayo with Warren. This is an interesting story. They accepted their invite. They were the number 10 seed. They just barely made it. Very first year doing catfish tournaments. Never fished catfish tournament. And they made the top 10 cut. They took first place in February. Their very first tournament they ever did. First place, 66 pounds
Yeah.
they turned in.
a big
But
weight.
then they ended up with a slow slide. They had that whole beginner's luck. Let's go pound it. Then they ended up with a no fish tournament in Mendocino. Then they ended up in 12th place. Then 16th place in August. And then, boom, Mendocino kicked their butt again with no fish. But they still made the top 10 at 108.
They're good fishermen, though.
They're good. No,
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
those
definitely
guys,
go
don't
down
put them out.
Yeah.
They're
Definitely.
learning catfishing.
Yeah.
They're learning this. Some of us have
Yep.
been doing this a long time and can't even finish. Can't even make top 10. These
Yeah.
guys are new. They make top 10. They're gonna figure it out. They're gonna
Oh,
be
yeah.
contenders.
Yeah.
This is the cool thing I like is now that I have data,
Yeah.
we can now start looking to see how these guys do. How do they do over the years? These guys going to be the next champions of the whole thing? We don't know. So the cool thing is looking at all these, just looking at the top 10, not looking at the whole field,
Right.
but the top 10. This is the movement. Nobody is dominating this
No.
from a
No.
tournament to tournament to tournament. Now, as a
Exactly.
whole, you got 2 birds that's kicking ass because they're catching big fish.
Yeah.
And hats off to them, right? But can they sustain it? We'll see. 2026 is a new year.
Yeah,
Can they
well,
pull
we
it
still
off
got
in the
the
championship?
championship.
The championship.
Yeah.
So championship going to be big fish.
Has
That
he set the
winter
date?
time,
Has he set the
Oh,
date
yeah.
for the championship yet?
I believe so.
6th.
The 6th, December 6th.
Yeah.
December 6th?
Yep.
Yep.
So
Gonna be some big fish.
is it going to be raining? Is it going to be cold? Is it? There's a crap. There's a lot of
Yeah.
factors going into December. Are we going to have a wet year?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a
Rain will
year,
make it
month and a
great.
half.
So it's
Yeah.
going to be fun. So now it's a matter of, I believe, we're, like I said, doing a winner take all. And it is a championship. I know there's a little bit of noise of why didn't we play down to three spots like we did. But to me, it's the championship. This is the bonus round. Not everybody got an
Yeah.
invite to it, so it's a little different. It's
Yeah.
winner
You want
take
to
all.
pay down 3 spots?
I'm not.
Get your own tournament.
So
Well,
one thing.
well, not only that, you only got 15 teams in that
yeah.
Right.
championship round.
Right.
So, it's a little
Now,
different.
It's a little different. Now, the other thing is that we decided that doesn't mean if you didn't make the championship, it doesn't mean you're not fishing December. There's still a tournament to be fished. Is we're doing a tournament division, which is the 15 teams, and then we're doing an open division, which is everybody else. So
As long as you didn't turn down your.
as long as you did, so like say Tule Creek turned down their invite, say something changes and now they can make it and they want to fish the amateur or they're not the amateur, the open.
Right.
They can't. They've already turned down.
Yeah.
And so anybody else that did not make the top 15 can still fish. We're gonna run both classes at the same time. We'll cover it on the back end as far as keeping track, so we can have 2 award ceremonies, 2 separate pots. The open will still pay down to 3 spots. The championship will be winner take all. I believe what we're gonna do is the championship teams of 15 boats. We're gonna launch first. I believe they're probably gonna do it, and Jake and I. This again, I'm making some stuff up along the way because we haven't had those meetings, but I believe. When we look at the championship, one way we're going to do it is we launch by your total weight for the year. So if you had the total weight, you're in the first number.
Yeah.
That's one thought. The other thought is we take the 15 teams, throw them in a hat, and we pull the numbers in the morning. And you launch based on that. It's just a completely random number. Yeah. So Jake and I will work those 2 out. But there's 2 different,
or invert it.
Or invert it.
My launch numbers are going to be random, electronically generated each day.
Yep.
Placement ain't gonna matter.
Yeah, so in this case, because there's no benefit to pay early, do all this stuff, we just want to figure a way that's going to be interesting. So it could be a random draw, it could just be, I don't know, we'll figure it out. But don't get wrapped up because it's not like you pay first. I mean, you're in, you got the championship. Show up the day of, ready to fish. We'll tell you how it's going to be. So stay tuned for that. But the open will be just like everything else. You come, you do your thing, and we'll do them second.
I don't have to register and pay right away then for the championship.
You need to pay me as soon as you can.
Okay, as soon as I got enough change, I'll get you.
Shit. You guys all breaking into vending machines. Like, come on, man.
5-gallon jug outside.
Here's my thought is, I don't want to be a stickler about the money part because I know we're doing a lot of tournaments and you're going into the holidays, money's tight, you have some things going on. So we're going to be a little flexible. I'm looking for the commitment. Is yes, you're going to fish it, and yes, you're going to pay because we want to, we want people committed, and we find that when the money's out of your pocket, you're going to commit.
Yeah, so, for sure.
And there's been some teams, like let's just pick on Bass Lane Bangers, and there's been a few others. Reggie, I think, was in that boat too. Well, not this, but been in this situation where you pay the money, you're going to show up, and then you don't show up because why? Your back went out. You got a flat tire. Your trailer broke, whatever it is. But that's tournament fishing. You pay to enter, and sometimes shit happens, and you don't get to enter. Doesn't mean you get a refund. It just you donated your money to a good cause, but that's
I did.
Tournament fishing is a different thing than just going out. There's timing, there's weights, there's technique, there's just a lot of pressure you put on yourself. But that's why we do it.
Fishing is stressful. It can be. It can be very rewarding, but it can be very stressful too.
Yeah.
But that's why we do it. Man, we like punishing ourselves.
So, Mr. Sparks, what are your thoughts of the season so far? Let's hear from you, my
compadre.
I think it's been a great.
You think?
Good year. You see all the numbers here and stuff, but you don't have the stories behind.
Right.
There's a lot of fish that have been caught. There's a lot of fish that's been lost.
Oh,
You need to learn how to fish deep in the deep water. You need to learn how to fish in the shallow water. You gotta have the experience on everything. The wind, the freezing temperature, the heat, everything.
Yeah.
There's a lot. We got the stats there, but we don't have the stories.
Right.
Yeah, and then
that's what.
That's another thing too that comes into play is like in the wintertime when we're fishing deep, you got to know how to take care of your fish.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely. There's a lot that goes into it that's behind the scenes, and I think that some of the stuff that'll be in Catfish Awards, or probably touch on that a little bit, but also with some of the videos that some of the guys do, we go into that part of the fishing that people don't really realize, that you catch a 20-pounder at 7 o'clock in the morning, you're stressed all day.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're stressed all day.
We've been there.
You're constantly
looking at that fish.
Looking in the live well to see what's going on, and the minute you get laps on that is when you can get in trouble. So there's a lot. There's a lot.
You get a little bit of wind and it gets choppy.
Yeah.
Then you're trying to transport that fish across the lake. You know, as
He's
the
bumping and
oxygenated.
yeah, he's
So
giving
many.
him a concussion and everything else.
Yeah.
So it's tough. It can be.
There's a lot behind the scenes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What's interesting in tournament mode is you're going after a set number of fish in a certain amount of time. It reminds me of, like I said, my wife and I used to do the barbecue comps, and yeah, she's a great cook. We know how to cook food, right?
Did it have
But
on
to
there?
be
Couldn't
able,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
to be
well,
able
that
to
plate,
sit there in a
yeah.
competition mode to say, okay, I've got to cook 3 meats, turn them in at 3 different times,
Yeah.
and compete against all these teams that are professional cooks, restaurants, and what have you. And here we are, just a backyard. I'm going to cook some stuff, going head to head with them, and learning to, yeah, she can cook, but can we cook to say, I got to turn in this at a specific time?
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the hard part, is
That
to
is.
nail that. And we did pretty well. We did good, and you guys got fed today.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very
Very
great.
good.
Smoked brisket. I put some brisket on
Very,
last
very
night.
good.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Cooked all night long.
Excellent.
That was the dinner of champions right there.
Yeah. That was
We
great.
definitely
There was only 3 teams there.
no, but we threw down
It was
some
good.
good
Absolutely.
barbecue, and
Shout out
But
to
you
Jill.
get the
Shout
experience
out.
though, like all the experience that you get from it, from all the tournaments and everything. You know, you get ready for the big tournament. You know,
Right.
the classic and stuff. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so a lot going on with us. I got, like I said, I got Richard here with Channel Cat Classic, a big sponsor for a lot of the things going on. Not just catfishing, but you got involved with some carp stuff this year with the Tulia,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that was fun. That was interesting, and I told myself I was going to get me I was all gun ho, and I still am. Get me a bow, and I'm gonna try to get on one of those boats and try to experience that, because it just seems surreal when I was out there looking at the amount and how they do it. I was out there for a little while watching them, and really interesting. I think he's got one on this next year as well. I think
Oh,
he's the
very
week
nice.
before the Channel Cat Classic. He's doing his bow fishing tournament, so I'm excited to be a part of that again. We get some really good footage of that, and I think he'll be calling me back to be MC for that again. I'm not sure, but if he wants, I'm available. So let me know.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I'd like to try that. I still haven't.
It's
We've
just
been
a
talking about
blast.
it and getting out there and doing it. I think it would be great. I think it'd be
looks
fun.
I'm terrified of crossbows. But
Yeah.
regular bows, not so much. But crossbows, oh no. But so those guys hooked me up to a couple of websites where I can purchase a bow, and told me what kind you get, and I'm like, ooh, what about this? No, I don't get that one. They don't do that. And
Yeah.
so
yeah.
I'm gonna get into it.
Very much. Yeah.
That's really
Yeah.
good for the lake too. To get
Yeah.
rid of those.
Yeah, I didn't realize they were saying, oh, this didn't even put a dent in the population.
No,
And I
no.
was like, whoa. So,
And that's the thing is like when we're out there catfishing, we see a lot of fish jumping,
Right.
and a lot of those
They're
fish jumping are the
they're
carp.
Not small.
Yeah.
No, they're
Well,
huge.
Well, they can throw you off too.
Huge.
You think you're
Yeah.
marking catfish.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So it's full
sit
of
there all day.
Yeah.
Like,
Right,
biting.
right.
Yep.
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 Did we go over the we've been talking a lot. It's been a great conversation. We had a lot of people online. I just
We're gonna
spoke
spend
real
some
quick.
time.
Do a Q&A
Oh, we got a wheel
too,
to spin. We got some time. We
Yeah.
got
If they
some
want to do a
time.
Q&A on if anybody had any questions about the
Ben Harper's
classic.
waiting for the draw before his gummies chime in.
Well, Ben, I'm in the same boat. I'm waiting for those gummies to chime in too. And you're right. I timed mine perfect. Take them at 6 o'clock. By 8 o'clock, I'm good to go. So we got 20 minutes. But I don't think I went over the actual standings for the last tournament.
No.
So let's do that real quick. Don't be impressed by the weights, because the weights are gonna well, really. But the Halloween Bash, last tournament, Mendocino, Alley Cats, Donald Kellogg's team came in first place with a whopping 21.14 pounds.
How
of
many
fish.
fish?
For down Alley Cats, 6
Yeah.
fish.
6 fish.
So this was a
21
6
From
fish.
Fresno.
Huh?
Yeah.
Coming up from Fresno.
No, Alley Cats were in Fresno,
Yeah,
were they?
they are.
Are they?
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
from Fresno. We have a Madera team too, no? Or is it the same one? I
believe-
maybe I'm confusing. But Alley Cats came all the way down. First place, 21 pounds, 21.14 pounds. Sippy Cup came in. Now Sippy Cup was down all week. Again, they're putting in the work.
Yep.
Right? They spent a lot of time at Clear Lake this week, and we know
Yeah.
they didn't take Clear Lake catfish over there because those fish are way too big. They had a total of 17.28 pounds, which is one Clear Lake catfish, and they
Yeah.
did that with
Nice.
6 fish.
Yeah.
Two Birds came in at third place with 16.99 pounds. Old Farts Fishing, Anthony and I came in at fourth place with 16.04. We got bumped. We got bumped out of third place by what? 90.95, but almost an
Yeah, so-
ounce,
yeah.
1 pound, almost 1 pound. But we won big fish. We have won the biggest small fish of the year at 4.44 pounds.
Smallest
We're gonna
big
hold that
fish.
for
Smallest
a
big
long
fish.
time.
We're gonna hold that for a long time.
Yeah.
And shout out to Alley Cats for being they were my first registration for the Channel Cat Classic.
There you go. Good.
Yeah.
And they actually won the biggest fish for
Well, they
that.
caught the
They
biggest
caught the
fish.
biggest
They caught
fish,
the
but
biggest
they
fish.
failed to pay the big fish entry, which then worked in our favor. So
Yeah.
always pay for the big fish.
Hit the buzzer.
Alley Cats only brought in 4 fish.
Oh wait, yes. So they only brought in 4
They brought in
fish
4 with
and still
21
won
pounds.
first
Yeah.
place.
Ooh.
They had a 7
So-
pound,
Did not know that.
7.41 pound catfish,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is 3 of the other ones.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
hats off to those guys. Again,
Yeah.
they're a new team to this year and they're putting in the work, having a good time. So
Yeah.
we definitely appreciate you guys. Kevin Williams, snag on bag, I'm hooked. 14.96 pounds in 5th place. Whisker Warriors, Frank Johnson's the captain, 6th place at 8.51. Pandemic Fishing, Richard, 7th place with 5.1 pounds.
5.11.
5
Beat
pounds.
us by 0.2.
Sift, 8th place, 4.99. What's up, gentlemen?
Hey,
Hey, it was rough. It's a
it's
tough lake.
Sound like some
Second-
standard issue fish to me.
That was fishing that lake 2 times. You know, didn't have any inside information or anything.
Now you got Aaron S. You and your inside information. Came in. He used to fish with Jake. Got his own team. Came in 9th at 2.82 pounds. I think
Now,
he turned.
he claims that that's his lake.
He claims it's his lake.
He claims that's his lake.
Yeah.
and he caught 2.82 pounds.
What happened, Aaron?
Yeah. What
Well, he can have that lake. I don't want to fish
Yeah.
that lake ever again.
No, even after the tournament, he was done. Everybody was done. He went back out.
He went back out.
Oh
fishing.
gosh.
yeah.
So fetching the bite, Derek came in 10th place at 1.96. I want to talk about Derek for a minute here. He is a new team as well.
Yeah.
He came in. They're struggling. They're trying to figure it out, but
Yeah.
they've committed every tournament.
Yeah.
They are.
They actually
are.
won the smallest fish at 1.96 pounds.
Yeah.
Got to hook 'em big rod. Daniel Fountain, thank you very much. Another great sponsor. Always
Yeah.
gives a hook 'em big rod right there in the back. Two teams that always end
some
up
good
with a
rods.
small fish.
Yep.
I run them on my boat.
And the total weight, but they only had one fish, so 1.96 pounds. And Daniel always says we hook 'em big or small, and sometimes
all.
not at all. But
Sometimes not at all.
Yeah.
They didn't.
and then the rest of the field, you got CMC Fishing, Hook 'em Big, Bass Lane Bangers, Snagging Whiskers, and Whisker Getters, always goose eggs, did not catch fish. We had 5 teams that didn't catch. Now, Bass Lane Bangers, it wasn't that they didn't catch fish, they didn't even make it. They had some
Yeah.
trailer issues, their trailer broke, and they were pretty bummed to make it. Now,
Hopefully they'll be giving me a call. I can come out and fix that for them.
Right?
so you
Yeah.
got a trailer issue, you got something that needs to be welded, or you got a fender that falls off because you hit a pothole.
Yep.
Anything that happens, you want something custom made. You want, what is it, a tower, you want a bait box, you want anything,
you
you're
want a-
going to call.
Call the Mayhew Makers.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's right. I gotta get
Yeah.
you that measurement. I forgot.
Yep.
You gotta
Yep.
remind me,
So,
I gotta get that measurement.
Aluminum welding.
Yep. Aluminum
yep,
welding,
yep.
steel welding.
All right. Eric, we're going to try this.
Okay.
We're going to try this live roll.
Live
spinning.
spin.
Now, grab me this pen right there.
You got it.
Please, so I can keep track because I know I will forget. All right, I don't know if people can see that wheel, but there's a wheel up there. Eric's going to spin that wheel, and the name is going to come up, and that's going to be the first slot.
Is it an electronic wheel?
Yep,
Yeah.
it's on the screen over there.
It's on the feed.
It's on the feed if you. So,
I don't want to get
first
any
place,
feedback.
first
I wanna
wild
see
card
this,
spot
though.
is
How do we see this?
so
Hook 'em big.
Hook 'em big. Woo! Hook 'em big with the first slot. Now, I know Daniel's going to want to accept that. I just know he's a big sponsor there in it. I know he's going to be excited. He got first spot. All right, so one spot out there. Let's do number 2. You're going to spin that wheel again. And it's
Here we
spinning,
go.
and spinning, and spinning.
No,
Is
wait.
it spinning? Oh.
There we go.
It's a little delay, maybe.
There
Rusty
it
hook.
Rusty
Rusty hook.
hook. Now, I think that's Aaron, right? With the Catfish Cadillac? No?
Oh, my bad.
I'm thinking. I think that's Rusty Hook,
I
right?
think you're right.
Yep. So those guys have been a few tournaments in and out, but they got an invite. I have no idea whether they're going to accept. We'll find out. If those guys, if any of you guys that are winning or online, just say you're going to accept and we'll know. But I know Hook 'em Big. I can almost positively say they're going to do it. Who's number 3
Here we go. Here it comes.
Clear Lake Catfishing Guide.
Okay, Clear Lake Catfishing Guy. This guy has fished 2 tournaments out of 5. And this goes to show you don't have to kid all 5 at catfish.
So
Clear
that
Lake.
was Aaron for Rusty.
Yeah.
And Daniel said it's about time we catch a break.
Daniel's had a tough year this year,
Yes,
and Daniel, I
yes.
appreciate you. Big, this guy's a good a fighter. They've been having a tough year, but they got. So I guess the question is, did they accept their invite? Clear Lake Catfishing Guide. I'll reach out to him and find out what they do if they're going to still in it. They've only fished a couple tournaments, so I don't know what he's doing. He's been on the podcast.
Yeah.
He talked about his guide service that he has
Yeah.
out there as well, but we'll reach out to him. Who's number 4? Let's go. Spin it.
And
Here it comes. Here it comes.
Come on.
oh, Bar S squeaks in.
Bar S.
Bar S with the hot dogs.
It's worth the wait. Bar
Do you accept
S. So, do you accept? That's the question. He's online still. Let us know.
He's checking to see if hot dogs are available.
All right, number 5. After we get number 5, then we're gonna do 5 more just as backup plans, and then we'll see who accepts
Yep.
it. Bar S is in the top 15.
Daniel will be there.
Daniel, yes, we have Daniel. We got one.
Woohoo! Here we go.
Hogfathers?
Hogfathers.
Hogfathers?
Yep, Hogfathers. They've done well.
Man, they really worked on the spelling of that name.
Yeah, it's a interesting spelling. Hogfathers. Let me see real quick. Hogfathers. They are way down there. They took 16th place, and 8th, and then no entry the rest of the year. So I don't know. Just looking at their record, they may be not in it because they started and didn't
Yep.
finish. I'll reach out to them and see what's up. But let's go to number 6.
Ben and Aaron also confirmed they are in.
So these guys are in. So we got 3 spots. I'll be sending you
Nice.
some requests for some money.
Come on, we got a guy here that's itching to get on that on that.
Oh,
wheel.
pandemic.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's it.
You didn't rig
Here
it?
comes the people you can't Venmo. Happy Hookers.
Oh, Happy Hookers is in there. So Happy Hookers, yeah, you
Yeah,
cannot
it's gonna be tough to have someone.
you cannot pay Happy Hookers via Venmo. It declines it. So I had to
That's weird.
they did. I tried to give them some money and it's like declined. You can't pay Happy Hookers, and I'm like,
Right. It's like, oh, okay, maybe there's. A
Can you
reason why.
pay? Can you pay sad hookers though?
I don't know.
Desperate hookers.
They just couldn't be happy.
I can still see it from there.
All right, number 7.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
What do we got?
Modoc.
Modoc. Okay, so there are another one. If I go look at Modoc,
They're just a one-timer.
they did one time, so we're getting down to they may not. So there's still a
Yep.
chance. There's 2 people that have not, that haven't
Questionable.
confirmed questionable. Happy Hookers could come in. Modoc, I don't think it's gonna happen, but I doubt it. Let's go to number 8. This is why we do the backups.
Yep.
Richard's going, come on, man.
Come on, pandemic.
Yeah, if I wasn't part of the original
Oh.
5, I'm like, yeah.
Those damn bass guys.
Bass Lane Bangers. He was like, I hope we make it, Bass
You
Lane.
know
No, but here's the rub is they're like runner up. So they're number
Yeah.
8. You still need Clear Lake Catfishing Guide to
Yeah,
accept.
and
If
5
he
people
doesn't,
are
we'll
not.
go down to Hookers. So that might, then you got Hogfathers. I'll reach out to them. If they say no, then Modoc's got to decline it. And then Bass Lane Bangers has a chance to get in the top 5.
Where are we at? Oh, number
Oh,
9.
number 9.
Happy Hookers are in too.
Oh, Happy Hookers.
Oh, happy hookers.
Now they're in, assuming they get in, because I got to reach out to 2 other people.
Right.
So if they decline, Happy Hookers is in. So I'll be
Yeah, there are 5 alternates.
Yep.
Right now. He's doing the 5
We're
alternates.
waiting
number
on
9.
Fetching the bite.
Fetching the bite. Oh, I'm
Fetching the
rooting
bite.
for Derek at this point. He's put in the work. That would be awesome if they got in. It'd be even more awesome. These guys struggle all year trying to figure it out and come and win this thing on a wild
On a
card.
wild card.
I mean, come on. So they have a
Cinderella
chance.
At its best.
Cinderella, right? Does it
Yeah.
shoe fit? All right, number 10. Who do we have?
This is gonna be pandemic.
So close,
Nah,
but
it's
so
not.
far.
We're good.
Whisker Warriors.
Whisker Warriors.
That is, you know who that is?
Is that Padilla?
No. Whisker Warriors is, I think it's Herb.
I
Herb.
think that's Herb. Yeah.
Yeah,
Let me see.
You're gonna have to get a phone call.
they're up here somewhere.
I don't think he's online at all.
No, he's not a Facebook guy.
Yeah.
Whisker Warriors. No,
Yeah.
Whisker Warriors is Jason
Frank
Valley.
Johnson.
Huh?
Whisker Warriors.
Yeah, or Frank Johnson. Or I gotta look. They got Jason Valley. It looks like they might have changed captains around, which isn't a good thing because they have one file that says Jason and then another one that has.
Uh-oh.
Either way, but it's still the same two people. They might have made just an error, but anyway, they're way down there. They only fished 2 tournaments. No entry. No, they did 2. No fish at Mendocino. And then 3 and 3. So they got 3 entries. Yeah. So the way we did this was that every tournament that you entered, you had an entry into the wheel, so you don't get just in there once. So if I kind of just look through this, is Hook 'em Big had 5 entries into the wheel because they fished 5
spots on
tournaments.
the
I
wheel.
had 4.
Right. Yeah. So so on and
We
so
missed the
forth.
August one. Yeah.
Yep. So we tried to make it as fair as possible. There's the wheel. That's what everything you guys are waiting for. I will be reaching out, and once I have commitments and monies come in, we will then start basically saying, here's the final 15. Now, you guys that didn't make it, Richard, you can still fish the open. So that's, again, it's like the open's an open. We're going to create a registration, which will open this week for the open. You just do it like you did in the past. You go do your online registration, all that stuff, pay your money, you're in for the open. It'll run just like the previous catfish bashes. It's just a different class. We'll run them at the same time. The open could be interesting because depending on how many, you're going to have 15 teams in the championship. Well, if you look at the numbers of teams, we typically have anywhere from 20 to 30 teams,
Yeah.
right? So you got 15 teams in the championship. Are you going to have 15 in the open? I don't know.
Maybe.
I would hope, right? But you could have a really small open. Now that increases your odds to winning, but it also dilutes the pot of how much you're going to win. So you guys decide. Are you done fishing for the year? Are you like, I got one more in me. I want to go in there and defend my.
The money doesn't really.
Doesn't
the
matter.
issue.
Exactly. What's the issue,
Money
Richard?
isn't the issue.
What's the I can see the feet right here. Look, what's the issue, Richard?
The money, it's the talking point. It's the champion. It's how you get to present yourself after winning one of these tournaments.
Right.
That's the thing. The money.
Money's not it. I don't do it for the money.
Sponsored 3 times that much,
Yeah.
over the year. So the money isn't the issue.
So it's all about fishing. So you
It's
didn't
about fishing,
you didn't
yeah.
make the tournament division. Doesn't mean that you didn't do well. Doesn't mean it just means that it's just a different division. Come out and
Yeah.
still fish. If you've never
it
fished,
definitely means you didn't do well. Don't even try that one. Don't even know that didn't even work. Yeah, that's some bullshit. I ain't falling for that. Sorry.
Yep.
So we'll
Yeah.
see. We'll see about
That's
that.
all
I'm
good.
sure my teammates will want to fish in everything that we can. I mean, we do have another championship going that you aren't involved in. So,
And what is that
Wait,
one?
what is we talking about? What
What is
championship?
that?
Clash of the Titans.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
We got cut in that
Yeah,
one.
we're in that.
Oh yeah.
Did you make it?
No.
Oh, you
No,
didn't?
I did
Oh,
not.
okay, I'm just saying,
I got my ass handed to me in that one.
Yeah, so did I think Hook 'em Big got handed to him too in
We
Clash of the
beat them.
Titans. Yeah.
We beat them. Yeah. So I got a small, it's one of the little consolation prizes, but I would have loved to be in there and been picked, but it's a fair draw. That's how it goes. So
When is that Clash of the Titans
November
final?
1st.
November 1st. Okay,
Yeah.
so coming up, couple weeks, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
thinking to try to get out there, but you and I will talk. I got to see what's
Yeah.
going on. I got a few things going on personally. I got to take care of.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd love to be out there to support Chris and
Yeah.
Yeah.
or you guys go out if I can't make it. But
Yeah, I've got to get that building taken down next week, and if that's done, I got a free weekend before the new garage gets built, and yeah, I'll definitely be fishing.
So one thing I want to make a claim of right now, I've kind of put some text out there and verbiage out there, is that Fishing with Stony Stone podcast is the unofficial place to get the news for catfishing, because
I would
you
agree.
got Man here doing the Channel Cat Classic, you got Jake doing the bash, you got Chris doing the the Clash of the
Clash of the
Titans,
Titans, yeah.
and it all runs through us. So we want to be the source of all things catfishing in Northern
Yeah.
California.
Yeah.
You got a tournament going on, like Richard makes the effort to come into the studio. I said, hey man, I can give you a call-in number. He can get you live remotely. He's all, I ain't doing that. I'm going to come and have some whiskey and some brisket and have some
Yeah,
food
too.
and
Yeah.
online. So,
Free
you know,
stuff.
we treat our guests we treat our guests great to come on. And Anthony made the trip out from Yuba City to come
Yep.
out, or Marysville to
Yep.
come out here and be on the podcast. Darren's here, my host. He's the guy that makes all this stuff happen with me. So it's been great. But yeah, get out there, fish. But this is, you heard it here first, is what I tell people. You heard it here first.
Yep.
You got something to say, definitely come out and say it. We'll get you on. You want to be a guest. You're a business owner. You sell tackle. You have a bait shop, or you just love fishing. Just say, hey, Stoney, I want to be on your podcast.
Yeah.
We'll pull you in remotely. We'll give you a chair in the
Yeah.
studio. We'll figure it out.
Anything fishing related.
Anything fishing
Yep.
related. We got a lot of
Anything
small business owners. Richard, small business owner. Darren, small business owner, running Mayhew Makers. Anthony, Champions, running two brands at the same time with Champions Cleaning Solutions and carpet cleaning. And then, of course, you know, REPS Photography with what I do that makes everything happen
Yep.
for me. And so you want to shout your business out and get some verbiage. You know, the thing is that all these things cost money that we do. All these tournaments, all the
Yes.
fishing. You guys know with all the gear, it costs money.
Yes.
So you have money means you probably have a job. And if you're self-employed and have a job, why not get some free advertising?
Yeah.
You know,
Absolutely.
get supported by your
For sure.
people that you fish with. And, you know, Anthony gets jobs all the time. People want stuff cleaned, washed. You know, I get him to clean my boat all the time.
Networking.
Networking.
Right,
It's
yeah.
all about networking, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's great. So reach out to us. Our guest list is running slow right now. I haven't been chasing anybody down. I ran through the big, long guest list. We're in the catfishing mode, but definitely hit me up. It's a wide open schedule. Like I said, if you're a guide, tackle box, something, anything like that, just let us know.
Yep.
Anybody have any questions about the
Oh, yeah.
anything?
Is there any questions we need to address, Eric? We're getting toward the top of the hour. Lots of comments popping up.
Any questions?
No, but I think everything's been pretty much talked about.
Sweet. We're going to try to get out, you know, a whole plan for next year. We already have a schedule out.
Yeah.
We'll start adding some detail, any rule changes, anything. We're going to try to kind of stabilize things. We've been trying a lot of different things throughout the year. Some things worked, some things didn't. So we'll be able to regroup and say, all right, here's what we're going to hit next year. And we'd love to grow this thing to a 40 boat consistently every week,
Yeah.
or every month that we do it. So help us make that
Yeah.
happen.
I think it'll get there. I think the more the podcast and the live and the Facebook Live go, and the more following you're going to get, the more people are going to tune in. And with so many more opportunities and options to fish,
Yes.
you know, people are going to get more and more into it and kind of pick and choose what they want. But they'll have one source to get all
One
the
source of
information from.
information. And
Yeah.
And we're going to be that source until somebody else comes and says, no, we're that source. But as it is of right now, Fishing with Stoney Stone is the catfish source.
Yeah. And I'll
And
reach out
I
to
think
you
it's
too.
going to grow because, you know, this last weekend at Mendocino, we had two people come out that didn't fish it, but just seen it on
wanted to see it.
Facebook and
Nice.
wanted to see it.
Nice.
Yeah.
I talked to two different people. One was a gentleman that was signed up with Vets for Nets. He was going to try to take his neighbor out. It didn't happen, but he still showed up out there to see what's going on. And another guy we were speaking to at the end of the tournament, he said, I live right down the road in Ukiah, and I saw this on Facebook, and I jumped in my truck and drove down here to see what's going on.
Yeah, that's great.
So he was talking about, and I might have to get into one of these tournaments. So it is going to grow. I do think it's going to grow. I think seeing the way that things are run, they're run pretty smoothly, pretty organized. I like the format. There's not a lot of drama. I mean, it's nice. It's a good time. It's stressful as a fisherman, as a captain of the boat, whatever you may be.
Yeah.
It's stressful, but at the end of it all, it's good times.
Nice.
This is the first year I've done the full tournaments, and I've met a lot of great people. I've met some challenging people, but you know, it's also a very growing experience this year,
Right.
and it's been great.
Yeah, I've
You
had a
know,
great
awesome.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So look forward to 2026. We're not done yet. We're gonna have some more things to do.
Yep.
Man, we're getting to the top of the hour. I got so much more. I know we're wrapping up, but I want to keep going. We'll go all night, but these guys have jobs they got to get to, and I'm sure.
And I think I'm gonna go ahead and call you out for the next tournament because I want all this change back.
What the hell? So what is the call
And
out?
he's gonna give it back to you just.
There,
in that
I'm gonna write
same
it here. What is-
format.
I hope so.
What is the call out?
That's a $5. I'm a
$5.
$5.
That's it.
Yep.
All right.
I just want my change back. I got to put it back in my
I'm
jar.
gonna pick this shit up, put it in a little thing. I'll put it in a condom thing and give it back to him.
I think we should display it somewhere. You know, that's a trophy.
Where's
right
that
there.
$5? Oh, it's right here. I can't even hang it on the wall.
Put it in a
jar.
baggie or something. and
We can put it over that picture right there. There you go.
So we earned another picture on the wall here. And,
Yep.
that was one of the other things that we had going is that for every time we won between each other, we have another picture. So
Yep.
we've got another picture on the wall. You got some catching up to do.
Yeah,
We're going
that's
to be
all right.
all back up here. You're going to be gone.
But we gotta set this straight before we end. These pictures were up before that call out came. So if it would have happened, I'd have had more up here than he did. So
Wow, it's whining already.
and at the end of the year, we're gonna take them all down and start over.
That's it. We'll have a separate little wall. I got a
Yeah.
whole wall to fill here.
Yep.
And
Yep,
I might
we'll
have
start
something
over.
moved to have a bigger studio.
I
Yeah.
have to do
We'll
some
see.
different
We're gonna
call outs.
auction,
I may have to get into this call out
Auction
thing here
Darren
pretty
for
quick.
five.
You gotta. I encourage you. You guys ever watch Street Outlaws? You know they have their tournament things that they do, but they also do the call outs. And I really encourage people to do call outs. One reason it fits into Catfish Wars nicely. Catfish Wars doesn't have to be about negative drama. It could be the fun. Let's go. So we already got Darren and I doing a competition, and we're gonna win our $5 again. So now we're gonna have $10 into this. Look, I'm all about the slow and steady. I'll take your $5 one tournament at a time. Before you know it,
And that's
I'm
okay.
buying me a new boat on your $5.
That's okay. But you know what? You guys want to know something that's really upsetting? Is my wife took off work today. So I said, babe, do me a favor. Go by the bank. Give me 500 pennies.
Oh, dude.
Oh, that would have been funny.
She went
said
to
no.
the bank. The bank would have only told her that we can only give you 100 pennies at a time.
So she'd leave and come back and leave and come back.
No, she got pissed off and left. That's why you got a mix
Well,
of change.
thank God to that bank.
Will
Thank
girl.
you.
We're auctioning off this picture right here for 500 pennies.
500 pennies.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for listening. We're gonna edit this up, get it out onto YouTube tomorrow. So if you missed any of this or want to see the edited version, definitely get out. Richard, thank you very much for showing up in studio. The Channel Cat
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah.
Follow, like, subscribe their page, grow that page.
Yeah.
Most of all, get involved. You want to volunteer or help, let Richard know what skill set you have. I'm sure he's going to be looking for some help.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anthony, any last words?
Yeah, anything we can do to help. Just promote it. Just promote it. Keep promoting it. Keep sharing it.
Yeah,
do your part.
Time. Got some time, but don't wait, because we're expecting a pretty good field here. www.channelcatclassic.com. Go check the website.
Check it out. And then,
Beautiful.
What's you, Sift? Anything new?
Nothing new. Just
Rock
stay
and roll?
safe out there on the water. Like and share the Team Sift page and start following.
Yeah.
And we try to bring you new stuff. And I do a little bit of boat maintenance and stuff on there too.
Yep.
So check that out.
And then lastly, I run another podcast on Thursday nights with Fish Kevin Brock.
Kevin Brock.
So if you watch those, definitely call in. Now, Kevin Brock's podcast is a little different. It's kind of interesting. I was telling Eric and Darren, these guys here, it's kind of interesting. You come in and you chime in to Fishing with Stoney Stone on Monday night. And there it is. I'm looking at Eric. He's my producer running camera, switchboard. And there's a big old sign behind him that says, "Sorry, we're stoned." So you'll see that picture when I do the edits, but here it is. And then you go to Thursday and we get with Kevin. Kevin's a great guy, but you want to get some inspirational, talking, not only just fishing, but you need a little help, you need a little inspiration. You're down on your luck, or just calling that podcast. I never know where it's going to go because it's not my podcast. I host it. But Kevin's got a lot of inspirational words that definitely helps a lot of people out there. So if you need that help in direction, or you want to learn some great stuff about fishing, definitely call into Fish Kevin Brock's podcast, Real Talk with Kevin Brock on 7 o'clock, and check that out. So anyway, good night, everybody. See you on the water. And again, guests, reach out to me. Questions on anything, reach out to anybody on the panel. And tight lines, everybody.
All right.
Stay safe.
Thank you.